Okay, so we're going to start with this. These are the top creative scholarships uh, available. There are some other ones which, of course, we will not be able to cover practically everything, but we'll do our best to cover what we can. Okay, thank you very much. That's the link to uh, the information our speaker promised to provide. It's in the chat box, so you can please maybe click on it so you have access to it later on. And you can read through the links. The information there may be very useful for some people. So as you can see on the screen, we have communication, creative writing and editing scholarships, fashion design, dance and drama, poetry and story writing, developer scholarship, journalism, film and TV, graphic design, culinary arts or science and innovation. Then we have sports scholarship. So this is a little bit long, so I'm going to just flip through the slide so you can take a screenshot of whichever one you think applies to you, or you can watch the video later on. Just a minute. Okay, so I'm starting with the general scholarship. So these are scholarships that anyone in any field might be able to apply for. So even if it's you're looking for a sports scholarship or dance scholarship or poetry scholarship, any one of these may be able to cover those fees. So these are general scholarships for international students generally. So you have the Fulbright scholarship. It's sponsored by the US government. And you have the joint Japan and World Bank graduate scholarship. So, I mean, from the name, it's for postgraduate studies. And then it has to be development-related studies, which you may also be able to apply to communication if your communication can factor in development. Traveling scholarships is sponsored by the UK government. You have to study in the UK to access it, and it covers various fields. The DAAD scholarship is offered by the German Academic Exchange Service. They are available for various levels of study in Germany. And as an African student, you qualify to apply for this. And if your work is related to communication, it might be covered. Australia Award Scholarship is funded by Australia government for students from developing nations. And you can use them to study in different fields. And then you have the Swedish Institute scholarships, the Commonwealth Scholarship, the OFID scholarship sponsored by Open Fund for International Development. So if you are pursuing graduate studies in any field and you are from a developing nation, you can apply for this scholarship. Then you have the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program for undergraduate and graduate studies. If you're African, I think I've talked about Traveling scholarships before. And you have the Aga Khan Foundation International Scholars Program. It's for postgraduate studies. So if you want to do a master's or a PhD program, and you are from a developing nation, you can check the eligibility for that scholarship. And then you have the African Leaderships University Scholarships. It's for Africans to study at undergraduate level. Then you have Rotary Foundation Global Study Grants. It's for students from any part of the world to study postgraduate studies in any country where there is a post-Rotary club. And then you have the United World Colleges Scholarships. That's primarily for undergraduate studies. Anybody from anywhere in the world can take advantage of that. So if you are looking to do your bachelor's program, you can explore that. Then we'll go on to the different groups of scholarships. This next set of scholarships are those that are related to communication, creative writing, and editing. So you have the World Nomads Travel Writing Scholarships, and that's for aspiring travel writers from around the world. It's not tied to an academic study, actually. It's a practical travel writing experience. So the focus is on travel writing. You can check World Nomad Scholarship online if you would like to take a look at what it's about. And then you have the Beach Media Fellowships for Writers. Generally for writers, it's also not tied to an academic study. It's a writing fellowship. And then it's focused on writing in various areas: pop culture, criticism, and investigative reporting. You have the International Radio Playwriting Competition. It's available if you're living outside the UK. Whether you are a new writer or an established writer, you can apply. It's not tied to an academic study as well. And then you have the My Smallland Foundation Writing Scholarships for African writers, also writing scholarship. Is focused on fiction and non-fiction. The ACES Education Fund Scholarship is for college students pursuing a career in copy editing. So if that's your area, this is a scholarship you can apply for. You can use it to study at undergraduate or graduate level. Then we have scholarships for those in the field of fashion design and related programs. So you have this Fashion Scholarship Fund, which is for international students who are interested in fashion industry. So you can check if you are interested in studying fashion at the university level, undergraduate and graduate. You can check this out and maybe just check the eligibility conditions and see if you qualify. Then we have the Cotton Incorporated Textile Scholarship, which is for students who are pursuing studies in textile engineering. Can you please mute yourself? Please mute yourself. Textile engineering and textile chemistry and related disciplines. So this is scholarship that you can check out if that's your field. You have the YMA Fashion Scholarship Fund for students demonstrating an interest in fashion and fashion-related disciplines. It's for undergraduate studies, so you can check them out on their website. Then we have the Geoffrey Bain National Scholarship for fashion design students to showcase their design portfolios. It's for undergraduate studies as well. And then the Vogue Talent Scouting for Africa is for African fashion designers. This particular one is not academic in nature. It's a platform for emerging African designers to showcase their talent. Then you have the African Fashion Fund. It's for African fashion designers that are aiming to build their sustainable businesses. Not educational, but offers you mentorship and funding for emerging designers. Then we have dance scholarships. So if you're in the field of dance, these are some scholarships that you can explore. You have the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theatre Scholarship for international students. You can use it to study at various levels. You can even use it for professional development programs and for workshops. So it offers you a scholarship to talented dancers to train at Ailey School in New York City. So if you get the scholarship, you have an opportunity to train at the Ailey School in New York. So you check it out if you're a dancer. And then you have the Harlequin Floors Scholarship Program. It's for international students, undergraduate and graduate studies in dance. So you can, to support dance community. So it helps you to pursue your passion for dance if you intend to take your dance to higher education level. And then you have the World Ballet Competition Scholarships. It's for international ballet dancers. So you have to be an international ballet dancer to actually access this. And you can check their website if you're a ballet dancer. Then we have the Dance and Drama Awards. The Dada Awards is for students from the UK and the EU, but some international students might also be eligible. You need to check the eligibility criteria to know if you could qualify. It's for undergraduate studies in dance and drama. Okay, looks like somebody is interested in dance. Okay, so it offers talented students financial support to pursue dance training, acting training, musical theater, production arts training, and all that. So if you are in that line, please check it out. Then we have poetry and story writing scholarships. The Brunei University African Poetry Prize is though not tied to an academic study, but if you're African, you can take advantage of it. And but you must not have published a full-length poetry before. And then you have the Commonwealth Short Story Prize, and I think many people can take advantage of this. It's not tied to an academic study, but if you can use it, who knows, whatever comes out of it can be able to fund your academics. And then we have the four Young Poets of the Year award for age 11 to 17 from anywhere in the world for poetry. The Hippocrates Prize for Poetry and Medicine is for international poets, but you have to be writing poetry related to medicine or health for you to qualify. Then we have developer scholarships for those in the field of computer science, software engineering. If that is your area, if that's what you intend to study, these are good scholarships that you can explore. The Google Anita Borg Memorial Scholarship is for women in technology from anywhere in the world. You can use it to study up to PhD level if your study is in computer science or closely related to a technical field. It was established in memory of Dr. Anita Borg, and its aim is to encourage women to excel in computing and technology. So if you are a woman and you are in computer science and you want to study at undergraduate or graduate level, this is something that you can explore. So please go ahead. And then you have the Microsoft Tuition Scholarship. If you are an undergraduate student, you are enrolled in bachelor's degree in computer science, computer engineering, software engineering, any of those related fields, you can apply for this to fund your program. You must demonstrate a passion for technology and leadership. That's something that you have to do for you to qualify. And then you have the GitHub Student Developer Pack. It's for student developers globally at any level of study. It's not a traditional scholarship, but it will give you free access to premium developer tools from GitHub and its partners. So this could be something useful for your career or your business. Then you have the parental scholarship for women in technology. So if you're a woman, you are pursuing a degree in any technical field at undergraduate level, or you want to, this is a scholarship that you can use, but you have to show that you're active in or you're aspiring to enter into technical field. So please check it out, female scholarship, undergraduate technical fields. Then these are scholarships in the field of journalism, broadcasting, film, TV. If that's your area, this is a scholarship these are scholarships that you can explore. One World Media Fellowship is for aspiring journalists and filmmakers. You have to be an early career journalist to take advantage of that. And it's focused on reporting in developing countries. Elizabeth Nofas Fellowship is for women journalists from around the world and for professional development. That's what this one is for. So it's not for undergraduate or postgraduate studies, just for professional development. And the focus is on human rights and social justice reporting. So you can take advantage of that if you're a woman and you're in the field of journalism or reporting. Reuters Institute Journalist Fellowship Program is for mid-career journalists from around the world, male or female. It's also a professional development scholarship. So if you're in this field, these are all opportunities that you can take advantage of. The focus is on journalism. And then you have the ROPEC Training Fund, which is for freelance journalists from low or middle income countries. So you are not attached to any organization, but you are a journalist, so you are doing freelancing. This is a scholarship that you can explore. It's for professional development. It covers the focus is on news and current affairs. And then you have the World Nomads Travel Film Scholarship for aspiring travel filmmakers and for film production training. That's what it's for. African Film Consortium Scholarship focus on African students for film production and TV production training. So you can check the eligibility criteria. And then you have graphic design scholarships too. If you are in the field of graphic design, you can take advantage of these scholarships. You have the World Studio AIGA scholarships for underrepresented and economically disadvantaged students. You are studying in the field of design and arts in any college. And in universities in the United States, that's a scholarship that you can explore. It's for both undergraduate and postgraduate studies. So the fields covered graphic design, illustration, photography, and other design-oriented fields. So if that's your area, please check that out. The Dotado Creative Cloud Scholarship is for creative students worldwide. If you're in the field of any of the creative fields, graphic design, photography, and all the ones that I mentioned earlier, you can use it to study at various levels: undergraduate, postgraduate, professional development. If you win this scholarship, you also receive a 1-year subscription to Adobe Creative Cloud. And then the Design Kits Award is for graphic design students. You are currently studying graphic design at undergraduate level, then this scholarship is for you. It recognizes top talents in graphic design and offers you exposure and networking opportunities that may change your life forever. So this is something to explore if you are currently studying undergraduate programs in graphic design, or you intend to start. And then we have culinary arts or science scholarships. So if you are in the field of culinary arts, cookery, that's what some people will call it. So these are some good scholarships for you. The James Beard Foundation Scholarship, it offers you a variety of scholarships, tuition waivers, work study grants to pursue career in the culinary arts or food studies and related disciplines. You can use it to study at various levels, even certificate programs, graduate programs, it's all covered. And then you have the Culinary Institute of America scholarships, which offers scholarship to students who are already enrolled in culinary programs. It can be based on merit, it can be based on need, and it can be based on specific areas of culinary studies, pastry, and maybe some other areas, depending on what is advertised. So you need to check the Culinary Institute of America website for you to know what's available. And then the International Culinary Center Scholarship also offers a range of scholarships for different fields of culinary arts or science, merit, need, or specific culinary disciplines as well. So you need to check to see if you qualify for anyone that is advertised. The American Culinary Federation offers scholarship for both apprenticeship programs and postgraduate and post-secondary education in the field of culinary arts. So if you are a chef, you are a cook, or you are a culinary student, these are all. This is a very good one that you can explore because it covers apprenticeship programs, it covers undergraduate programs, and is sponsored by the American Culinary Federation. Then we have the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Scholarships, which covers different areas if you are innovative and you're able to come up with some fantastic ideas. So the Anzisha Prize is for young African entrepreneurs between the age of 15 and 22. So if you are African, you are between that age and you are interested in starting a business, or you have developed and implemented an innovative solution to social challenges, or you have started a successful business within your community, it's a monetary reward and access to a network of young African entrepreneurs. That's an experience that can change your life forever. So this is something that you can explore. The scholarship is for international students. It's for MBA at the University of Oxford Side Business School. So if you have a strong entrepreneurial interest and a commitment to responsible business in the area of social entrepreneurship and innovation, this is something for you to explore. The Egerton Fellowship at MIT is for international students and is for graduate studies at MIT. It supports aspiring entrepreneurs from developing countries who are committed to building and scaling ventures that will promote prosperity in their home countries. And we have the African Innovation Foundation Award for African innovators and entrepreneurs. So you have already experienced maybe breakthrough in an area. You're working on something to give us an experience of breakthrough in areas like manufacturing, ICT, health, agri, environment. Those are areas that you qualify to apply for. This is also a monetary reward and opportunity for partnership, so you can take advantage of that. The African, this is another one, it's also an African Innovation Prize. This particular one is for studying at I think New York University at Tel Aviv for studying innovation and entrepreneurship in history. If you can major or minor in Hebrew and Judaic studies. So the award is 5,000 for minor if you minor in Hebrew and Judaic studies, and 10,000 if you major in Hebrew and Judaic studies. Okay, then, so we now have a sports scholarship for different areas of sports. I can't cover every area of sports, so I just tried to look at the general ones, and then something on football, which is like the most popular sports around within Africa. So FIFA Research Scholarship is for international students and is for postgraduate studies related to football. And then you have the United World Sports Scholarship for international students, is for both undergraduate and postgraduate studies if you are studying sport-related fields. So that takes me back to the question that someone asked earlier. So this is a scholarship for anyone that wants to study sport, bachelor's, master's, PhD in sports. This is sponsored by United World Sports. So as an international student, you're qualified. You can apply for this. So you need to go to their website, see when they are accepting applications, see the eligibility criteria to see whether you're qualified. And then you have the International Olympic Committee's Studies Center Advanced Olympic Research Grant Program. It's for researchers worldwide, but the research has to be related to Olympics. So that is, if that's your area, you're very free to apply for that. Then we have the Nottingham Trent University Sports Scholarship. So if you are an international student, you want to study undergraduate or postgraduate, at undergraduate or postgraduate level, you don't have to be studying sports. This is, you can be doing sports in your university. And this is provided by the university. And then you have the University of Sussex Sports Scholarship for international students, also covers undergraduate and postgraduate at University of Sussex. So this institution-based scholarship can only be used in those institutions. So you cannot take the scholarship to use elsewhere. And then we have the National Football Foundation Scholar Athlete Award. It's for, you have to be a high school senior football player who has been recognized for your academic achievements and community involvement. So here, I would like to say this to us, especially for those who might be thinking in terms of these sports scholarships. From what you heard our guest speaker said earlier, when you are in university and you're playing sports and you're living on sports scholarship, you have a commitment to the university that is paying your fees, which at the end of the day is going to take your time, the same time that you need to commit to your academics. So this is where you see that even when you are playing sport, you still have to be good academically, because at the end of the day, you need to put more effort into your academics than someone who is not playing sport. So the idea of playing sport does not exclude you from being good academically. That's why even in the course of evaluation to see whether you're going to qualify for a sports scholarship, they still want to see that you are very good academically, because if you are not good academically, you're going to end up playing sport and drop out of university. So this is a good one for undergraduates. You have to have been involved with your community, community services. Your academics should be good. Yeah, you might not be the topmost student. It would be good to be the topmost student, but not necessarily. But at least you should be good. You should show capacity to handle your academic affairs. And then we have the Walter Payton Achievement Scholarship, named after Walter Payton. It's awarded annually to incoming freshman football players in the NCAA's Football Championship Division. It also recognizes academic excellence, leadership, and community service. So if you are a freshman, that's a scholarship to explore. And then you have the Foot Locker Scholars Athletes Program, also not exclusively for football players anyway, but if you're involved in sports and you have demonstrated strong leadership skill, academic excellence, and commitment to community, so you see something very common to all these scholarships, all these sports scholarships. Commitment to community is always key, and leadership skill is always key. So these are things that you have to, pay attention to long before you start thinking about applying, because you have to, I'll talk later about submitting an application and putting together a portfolio to make your application. Max Prep Semper Fidelis Athlete of the Month Scholarship is sponsored by, I think, US money. It's for outside students. I think this will be for US students generally. NCAA Soccer Scholarship is to be taken in the US. If you are a high school footballer and you meet the NCAA's academic and athletic criteria, you can apply for that. University of Stirling Football Scholarship is taken in the UK. You have to be attending University of Stirling in Scotland, and then it places an emphasis on sports, including football. It offers a football scholarship to talented players, allow them to combine academic studies with high-performance football training. So, as an international student, you're qualified to apply, but you have to demonstrate exceptional football talent and meet the university's academic requirements. So you see, there is no way of dodging the academic requirements. And then, so I'll talk briefly about how to apply for creative scholarship. One of the things that you have to, that is also very, very important to consider when you are gathering materials together for your application is preparing a portfolio. The first item there will be the curriculum vitae, that's your CV, which will contain your personal information, your extracurricular activities, your volunteer services, your community services, the honors and awards that you have won, the leadership positions that you have taken. All of that are very important. So long before the time you're thinking about this kind of scholarship, you must have done your assignment. You must have because you cannot just wake up and start to prove that you have been in leadership positions if you haven't. And then honors and awards, you can't get that one overnight. Volunteer services, they are not things that you can come up with overnight. Then you need your academic transcripts. If you are claiming any award, you have to show proof of award, and this may be not just limited to certificates, pictures taken while you are receiving the award, pictures at events that you attended. These are all important things that you have to show. Statement of financial needs. So there are some of these scholarships that require you to actually have a financial need before you can qualify. So you have to include a statement of financial need in your application if that is the condition for the scholarship you are applying for. Then you need to include your training information, and all this that I'm saying applies to all the creative scholarships, whether writing or dance or storytelling or poetry or football, volleyball, running, all of this. All of them, you need to show your training information. Which schools did you attend? Which training centers did you attend? Which programs have you attended? What style, for example, if you are a dancer, which style did you study? If you are a footballer, which club did you train at? Who are your coaches? Who are your instructors? You have to be able to identify all of this, because you cannot just, they have to verify that you're actually telling the truth. So now, in preparing your portfolio you need to include a highlight video. This highlight video should be about 2 to 3 or 5 minutes long. If it's football, it could be up to 5 minutes long. For dance, 3 minutes will be okay. 2 minutes, 3 minutes will be okay. And it should be a video that showcases you at your best. Display of skill, how you move on the field, if you are a footballer, if you are a volleyballer, how you play, at the court. whatever you are playing, whatever your game is, whatever your creativity area is, you have to show a video that shows you in action. It should be high quality, not the one that we're going to be looking for how to see you. So, and when you're doing that, it is also very important that you should make sure that, like I said, these are not something that you can just wake up tomorrow and start preparing. So if you're going to apply for anything like this, you must have put this in your plan a long time ago. So you're going for training, you should have a record of trainings that you're doing. You're playing in your club, you should record every time. Make it a point of duty to take pictures and videos, because you're going to need them later on. And the time you're going to need them, you won't be able to call up your club and say, hey, come, let's play, because I need to record this. So you have to be deliberate about this. You have to. And then, so start with your most impressive clips to grab attention immediately. And for example, when it is maybe a group thing like football, it might be difficult to know which one is you. So you have to also be creative in identifying yourself. Use annotation or graphics to highlight yourself in the footage. If you are a dancer and you're dancing in a group, you have to find a way of identifying yourself, and then include a brief introduction, your name, your position. If you're a footballer, for example, what position are you playing? These are all things that you need to include. And then you need recommendation letters from your current or former trainers or coaches. Those letters should emphasize your skill, your work ethic, your potential. You can also get from your teachers, your former teachers, your school teachers, your principal. It's very important for them to highlight your academic achievements and your character in the letter. And then you can get evaluations from camps or showcases that you have participated in. If you are able to access that, that would be good. You should write a personal statement document and include it there. Should be like a cover letter to where you mention why you are trying to get into this. Why are you trying to get this scholarship, or why are you trying to go for this study that you want to go for? How does it align with your creative pursuit or your athletic pursuit? And then you also need to include your fitness or training regimen. What are your training schedule? How often do you train per week? How many hours per week? How many hours per day? Because this is going to be a proof that shows whoever is going to evaluate you that you're actually prepared to get better, to improve on your skills. And then, so for football specifically, you need to mention the position you are playing, your years of experience, the club or teams that you have played with, your coaches. You have to put their names, put their email addresses or phone number, whatever information you have about them. And then you have to also include your key statistics, like how many goals have you scored, how many assists you've been involved in, your clean sheets if you're a goalkeeper, and then your achievement and awards in the football team. Maybe you have been a captain, you have been whatever you have been, and then how many training camps you have attended, have you gone for any special training programs. These are all information that will be important to include in your portfolio. And then your additional fitness or skills training that you are undertaking. That is your way of showing that you are committed to staying in shape and improving your game. If you have any injury history, you have to include it, and your medical records, so you have to include it, because this may be very important for your new coach or your potential coach. They want to know maybe you have broken a bone before, or you have broken a ligament before, or you have been hospitalized and something serious has happened. They need to know that. If you have an upcoming match schedule, or if you are playing in a club, for example, there will be matches in the future. So include your upcoming match schedule in your portfolio. Contact information of your references should also be there. So these should be people who can vouch for your skills and character. And please be sure that they are actually going to vouch for your skill and character. There are situations where you just assume that somebody will speak well about you, and at the end of the day, they write rubbish and send over, and that may undo you. So be careful how you select, and this cannot be your family member. They can't be your parents, aunties, and uncles. They have to be people who are familiar with your skills. So that's something very important to include. And if you are a dancer, your performances, your roles, your productions, there are things you have to include: awards, honors, any trainings you had. Your photograph, please, you have to include multiple: the headshot, your full body shot, and then your action shots during performance or demos. You should include them. And these are other types of scholarship: disability scholarship. If you have a disability, you can use this type of scholarship. Gender specific, I think I've mentioned some of them, that if you're a woman, you are in the field of computer science, these are all. Then I also try to create a few scholarships for seniors. You are old and you're looking for an opportunity for scholarship. These are all opportunities that you can take. Research scholarship for researchers, entry and merit scholarships. These are entry scholarship is awarded to you almost automatically when you are admitted to a university. Merit scholarship, you have to show merit, you have to show good academic performance for you to access it. So for disability scholarship, I have Google Lime scholarship. You can check them out if you have any disability. The Microsoft Disability Scholarship is also there, between 5,000 to 20,000 per year. Then you have the National Federation of the Blind Scholarship. It may not be you may know someone who can benefit from this, so please pass it on to them. This is between $3,000 to $12,000, but it's for the blind. They have to be legally blind in both eyes to access. And then scholarship for seniors. So if you are more than 50 years old and you're looking for something, you have AARP Foundation Women's Scholarship Program. You have to be over 50. You are seeking a new job, skill training, and then you can use it to study at various levels, including vocational training and undergraduate. Rotary Peace Fellowship is also for master's degree for seniors. And then Rhodes Scholar Educational Travel and Learning Vacation is also not a traditional academic scholarship. It's for educational travel and it's for seniors as well. So other types of funding that you can explore, we have talked about them in times past. This USA Work Colleges Consortium Scholarship, please, you can check them out. There are about 9 universities in the US where you don't have to pay tuition and you can attend. So your tuition will be covered by the work you do on campus. So they give you a job to do and then your tuition is covered by that work. So there are 9 of them and you can check them out. That's the name. And but you have to demonstrate academic performance. You have to demonstrate need for you to qualify for this scholarship. Private and government loans, I think we have done a session on loans, student loans that you can access and you can pay back after graduation. If you missed that session, please check on Arrow's YouTube channel. You're going to see it there. And if you're interested, you can reach out through the WhatsApp group. I think the link has been shared in the chat box too. So if you're not in the group yet, you can join the group. And if you have any question about this, you can reach out after the webinar to talk with someone in the office. And people are always asking, are there places where you will not pay tuition or you pay low tuition? These are countries where the tuition could be relatively low or where you don't pay, but only Norway and Germany are the countries that don't take tuition, where you can study without tuition. But you may be required to learn the language, so you can check. And then, so while you are at that, you should also bear in mind this information on the screen. Top 10 countries, top 10 most expensive countries to live in the world. Switzerland and Norway is among them. So Norway may give you free tuition, but it's very expensive to live. So what you escaped in tuition, you probably pay in living expenses. So it's all, this way and that when it comes to this tuition issue. And that's another ranking you can see there. So that brings us to the end of our discussion, and this links to Arrow's contact again, the social media handles. If you need to reach out, please, that's the WhatsApp number on the screen. You can also check Arrow's on Facebook, on Instagram, and then the website link is also there. If you're ready to start your journey, you can go to the website. On the second tab, you see admissions. Click on that tab. There is a form there. You can fill the form, upload all the required documents, provide all the information. We'll give you a free evaluation, and then you can start your journey. And one good thing that has happened in recent times is the fact that now you don't have to, especially if you are a postgraduate student, you don't have to have all the money. You can use funding. You can use loan to fund your studies, and after graduation, you can pay back the loan. In the US, you can do that. It will cover both your tuition and living expenses. In Canada, most of the schools will only cover your tuition, so you have to take care of your living expense. So if you don't mind studying in the US, that may be one opportunity that you can explore. So you can talk to us after the webinar. If you know that, I think you can also use cheapest study options. These are questions that people do ask. Cheapest places to study, cheapest places to study nursing. Everybody wants to study nursing now. And the cheapest for engineering. Estimated tuition in Canada, I think somebody asked that. That's the estimated tuition. Estimated living expenses is also there. And then in the US, that's the idea of an estimated tuition. And then living cost is also there. And then the financial requirements that you need to provide for you to qualify to apply for visa: 1 year tuition, 1 year living expense. So if you want to study in the US, for example, you need to have at least 9,000 plus 7,000, depending on which school you are attending. So let's just say if your tuition is 9,000 and your living cost is 7,000, that's $16,000. You should show that is sitting in your bank account or your sponsor's bank account for at least 3 months for studying in the US, at least 4 months for studying in Canada. And please, for those who are always asking, can my distant relative sponsor me? No. Whoever is going to sponsor you can either be you, your spouse, your parents, your grandparents, or yourself. Your neighbor, your uncle's friend, or your daddy's. No, all those things don't work. The visa officer will not give you visa. We will get you offer. If it's about offer, we will get you an offer no matter who is sponsoring you. But when it comes to visa, we have no power over visa because we are not the visa officer. So when your story is not straight and whoever is your sponsor is not related to you directly, it's a very big problem. So please don't play around it. So this is the process for applying to Arrows, which I think I've already mentioned. Thank you very much for listening. And if there are any questions, I would like to take them.